Oh, how you doing, guys? Old guy Jim here. I don't have a whole lot of battery, so today I told you I would take you to the 18-wheeler to see what's in that big piece of shit. There's a lot in here. Look, here comes my dog. They're like, "Where you going, Daddy?" All right, you guys wait right here. I'll be right back. Okay. Just using the light on my phone, so I'm not sure how bright it's gonna be. But there is a lot of stuff in here. A lot of stuff. My nephews, my brother-in-law, stuff like that. There's original fenders out the front of my car before I replaced them. Those boxes are full of wheels. You know, I don't even know what kind of wheels are still on there. That's my heater unit that I built for my car that I was going to use. It's a lot smaller. It's like a third the size. This is a EG light. I told you guys earlier, there's a lot of parts here. I mean, I can't go through them all. Just about anything you can think of for a car. That's my back bumper for my current build, my EG, or EJ, sorry, EJ1. I have a full set of those. The other two are right here somewhere. Those are my tail lights with the EJ1. I told you that I had EF lights, headlights and tail lights. I have quite a few. They're not broken. They're all in excellent condition. The taillights are all back in here. That's part of them. Little tiny nick there, but not bad. And there's like 2 or 3 sets here somewhere. There's a center console to the SIs that are really hard to get for the EFs. Those are hard to come by. Some bicycle stuff. Just a bunch of stuff. Just a bunch of stuff. That's off my EJ1. This is a CRX dash to that car that's outside, and that's pretty much it. That's all the stuff that's in here. And I gotta turn off this light because I'm going back out. See intakes and stuff. It's just a bunch of stuff that I threw back. Those are all brand new parts for a D16. All brand new stuff that was an old project. So yeah, I just turned the light off. Let me get down this sketchy ladder. Give me a second. Probably gonna crack my ass. Oh, careful. Easy now. Easy. Okay, there we go. Where you guys at? Come on. Let's go. There's one right there. Okay. All right. So yeah, there's stuff in there. Real quick, what I'm doing today and what I told you I was gonna do on the last video. I've done that. I didn't film a damn bit of it, but I did. I just put some little bit of surface rust on this stuff here. I just did a little bit of de-rusting. It's a spray. Let me show you that spray. It's really good stuff. Super good stuff. You get just a tiny bit of surface rust. Put this stuff on it right here. It's like an atomizer. It's a rust neutralizer. Just dust that on there just a little bit. It'll stop the rust in its tracks. Come back later when it's dry, sand it out. Put your primer on it. It'll never come back. And there are the lightning holes I told you that I was going to do. And let me tell you what happened when I did this. I used my drill and my I think it was I used 1.750 inch and 3/4 holes I made, and I used a lot of oil. Poured oil with drum, pour some more oil, drum, but the oil flew all over inside the damn on my primer. And I got to paint that. It just went everywhere. So I ended up yesterday getting me some purple power. And I had the hose in here, and I had to wash everything out to get it clean. But the holes came out nice. I think there's, I didn't mean to, but there's 13 on the side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11, 12, 13. Yep, 13 on each side. And it is on the, holes are on that side. The holes are on that side of the seal, so you're not going to get no water leaking into the car at all. There is some drain holes down below. You can see one down there. Get my finger in there. There it is right there. There's another drain hole. Those are all factory drain holes. And that runs all the way back. There's some drain holes down underneath the bottom of the car. There's some drain holes underneath. Then you got this main plug in the back, where when I was hosing it out yesterday from washing it, most of the crap was coming out of here. And I also told you I was going to dust this up with just a little bit of light black Krylon to get the overspray primer off of it, which I'm probably going to get more on it. But of course, I told you about these 2 holes I put here. Those were, to be more specific, up in there was the solenoid for the automatic door lock, which I'm not going to need those. I'm not using anything. You know, I take as much of the electricals out of the car as possible. I wire my own vehicles with big help from Rywire, of course. And I think I've explained it before. The way I wire my cars up is no taillights, headlights, blinkers, no nothing. Put your electricals in your car just to run the motor as if it was just a race car. Get that done. Get your car tuned. Get it completely finished, and all your wires organized, just like if you're building a race car. Then, on a completely separate circuit, put in your lighting for your vehicle. You know, headlights, taillights, blinkers, emergency flashers, whatever your state requires. Also, this is the positive and negative for the electric windows. These regulators are coming out. Manual will be put in. Don't need the electricals, don't want them. Less electricals, the better. Like I said, I'm sanding out today. This is all done being sanded out. For the most part, I got very little to do where you see it kind of shiny. Left to sand out, but everything in here is sanded out. All the way up to, let me get up here, all the way up to the floor. I got a little bit of sanding to do here. Then I just sand these sides right here and this floor, and we'll be ready to paint. That up there, all that, I'm not looking forward to sanding. Like I said, there's a lot of edges that I got to get in and you know, bust the surface loose, you know, make the surface a little bit rough. Jesus, there I go. I can't talk today. Make the surface a little bit rough for the paint. And this is looking through the sunroof. Let you guys get a look at the car up in here. Not like you haven't seen a Honda before, right? Thought I'd give you a little bit more perspective in the car. Here we go. This one bolt right here that I told you about, that one right there is the only bolt that holds the center of the dash. And the other two, I'm trying not to flip the camera around like I usually do so you guys can't see anything. And that bolt on the side, and you got your brackets. Those 3 bolts are all that hold the dash up. Once again, this bracket right here that I made from the bottom here up to the dash there keeps this from flopping around. It's pretty solid. Not solid enough, so I'm going to make another one from right there to one of those studs up there on the dash, from there to there, and that should pretty much keep the dash from moving around much at all. What little it will move around won't really matter. But those areas, let me go back. Shit. These have to be reinforced. The mounting points, they have to be reinforced, and I'll show you how I'm going to do that. I love the way my door's shut. Bam, so smooth, so smooth. I know I showed you guys this all before. The engine compartment is all painted, the Nardo gray with the urethane clear coat. It's all done. Hey, leave the kitties alone now. I see you taking off to go get them. There's like 40 cats on the farm right over there, and these dogs love to go after them. Okay, about the only thing that will stick to ABS, the dashes are made out of ABS, and about the only thing that will stick to ABS is absolutely nothing. You can just try to get something to stick to it. So what you would do, those parts of the dash that I want to reinforce, take some real heavy grit, like 60, gouge. Hey, come on, leave that cat alone. See, this is what I'm talking about. Look, see? Now she's walking away. Leave that kitty alone. Darla, come on. Darla. And there she goes. Okay. Well, she's got a cat on the run. She can't catch him. She's so heavy, she's going to give herself a heart attack. She wouldn't know it. When she does, like, get close to one, you hear her scream bloody murder because the cat turns around and gets her. She can't hurt a cat. If she did, guys, I wouldn't let her near them. But anyways, those spots, those mounting points, those spots, it's really good. I'm going to gouge up the plastic as heavy as I can. Just gouge the hell out of it. Then I'm going to cut little squares. I'm going to cut little squares of, let me set this down. I'm going to cut little squares of mat that'll set right back in there, fiberglass matting. And I'm going to saturate it with this is a polyester. You can buy this pretty much anywhere. Any auto parts store has this crap. It's got the catalyst and a little tiny bottle up there. And you put like maybe, you know, however fast you want it to go off, 5 to 15 drops, depending on how quick you are with it. And just pack the mat. Get over here. Leave him alone. Just pack the matting in there and resin it. Pack matting and resin it until it completely fills it up. Then drill a long hole all the way through it for a longer bolt. And that'll give you much more, you know, a larger support mounting surface instead of just having with this bolt, it's just holding a little bit of plastic. You know, that'll, man, if I went and pushed on this dash like real hard, it would snap that just clean out. It's brittle like candy, like thin candy, super brittle. Once again, real quick, I'm gonna make this a short video, sanding this out. This stuff here you see is not primered. I haven't broke through the metal anywhere. The paint that I have is perfectly matched to the R81 that I have. So when the paint lays over the gray and over the red, it's a solid. There's no transparency to the paint. You won't see a change in color or tint or anything. And I'm just going to spray in here the best I can. You know, if you do see a difference, it would be so minimal. You'd have to really look hard to point it out. This is going to be beat by the sun. I did want this completely covered with the sun directly on it. You probably could see a tint change. I had to get rid of a little bad spot right here. I'm just going to dust that with some red. I'm going to sand all this and rough it up and just hit it with some red, you know, fairly lightly, and put clear on it. Sand these out and just clear them. You know, they're not bad. That's primer. The windows, like I said, around this edge here, I'm going to use the thread zerts. Drill a hole, put them in, crank them in, and put a little gasket behind it, and my Lexan windows will be removable. You got a nice lip to work with for the thread zerts. The roof, I'm going to close that. I already showed you how to do that. You know, whenever I make any improvements, I'll make sure I make a video and show you what I've done, if you care to see it. And like I said, comment, share your channels with me. If you share your channel with me, I'll join right away. I want to see what you're doing, absolutely, because I learn a lot from you guys, that's for sure. After I got done drilling these holes, I filed them with a rat tail file and a half moon file, and then I sanded them so there ain't no sharp edges, because you know this stuff's like a razor blade when you cut it. Then I masked it all off real good, took a razor blade to cut the holes out, and then I went in with my black paint and sprayed in there and covered up as much as the black as, you know, just black it out so it looks a little better. The only part that's double walled on this is right back here. The last one has a double wall in there. It's probably hard to see. And where it's focusing, yeah. This camera, this phone actually focuses pretty good. But all this will be done. You can see where the paint came through, where I sprayed. All this will be sanded out, painted. And I've got a lot of paint work to do. This is where I just masked it off to keep it from spraying in on my doors. This has already been feathered in, but I gotta primer all this. I gotta primer all that crap and just keep going. This is where my hinges, you know, my hood hinges go. That's part of the Nardo gray and urethane clear coat, and I do have overspray on it. I did get some overspray inside my nice engine compartment, which means I'm gonna have to hand sand that out with 2 and 3000 and pretty much hand buff it out, or use a small buffer. But that was a bad boo-boo when I did that. See that little tiny bit of surface rust right there? See that little tiny bit? You would just sand that just lightly, then take that spray that I showed you earlier and just a couple of hits, and that's it. Let it sit till the next day, sand it out, primer it, and that rust will never return. So that's it. That's all we got today. That's all I got to share with you. I wish I had more, but I'm going to go back to sanding the interior of this car. You will have breakthrough spots. You can see where I broke through right there. I'm going to have to hit that with a little bit of urethane primer. That I got to cover up. I can't leave that bare. That's no bueno. Just using these blocks again, like I told you, they mold to what you sand around. So it makes it quite nice to sand around stuff like that. And then I'll hit it with these to smooth it, you know. Smooth it out pretty good. It comes out really, really smooth. You don't want it too smooth. Paint's got to have something to grip onto. You don't need to get it like glass. A lot of people make a very big mistake thinking that if you get your primer super smooth, you're going to have super good looking paint. Well, no matter how smooth your primer is, your paint's going to orange peel anyways. Your clear coat's going to orange peel anyways. You want the paint to have something to hang on to. You know, you don't obviously you don't want to feel scratches, but you know, this is 220. So if I hit it with 220, you can see the scratches in it. In a second, you see the 220. You can see some pretty good scratches in there, and then you just take your pad. Yeah, that's good enough. That's a perfect surface for painting. Perfect. I'm gonna get lots of adhesion. So, anyways, I'm done. That's all I'm gonna post today. Heading back down to the house. So be sure that your paint has something to bite onto in your primer. Lay on your base coat color as smooth as you can. Lay on your, 2 to 3 layers, whatever you want to use of clear coat. You know, put your clear coat on, let it tack up to where, you know, it's pretty tacky. Put your second coat on, let that get tacky. Put another clear coat on, because that's what you're ultimately going to wet sand and get that super nice finish that you want. Block sand it with 3000. Take a couple weeks to do that, and then hand buff it, not hand buff it out, but buff it out with a machine. Be careful you don't burn through the edges, and you'll have a paint job that is just a friggin' knockout. Pull up with that and everybody's gonna be like, oh hell, look at that paint job. Okay, heading back to the house. Glad you guys stopped by, and I'll try to throw out another video as soon as I can. All right, you guys take care.